Imagine this. You're scrolling your phone, just relaxing. And suddenly you see someone saying, "I bought my first rental property with almost no money." You stop. You look again. And your first reaction? Yeah, right. That's for rich people. But here's the truth. Regular people in the US are doing this every single day. No lottery win, no rich parents, just smart strategy. And by the end of this video, you'll realize it's way more possible than you think. Let's start with the biggest myth. You need a huge pile of cash to buy property. Nope, that's outdated thinking. In reality, people don't win because they have money. They win because they know how to structure deals. First strategy, house hacking. This is the easiest and most beginner-friendly way to start. Here's how it works. You buy a property, and you live in one part. Then you rent out the rest. For example, imagine you buy a duplex. You live on one side and rent out the other. The rent from your tenant helps cover your mortgage. Sometimes it can even cover the full mortgage, which means you're basically living for free. Sounds crazy, but it's real. And here's the best part. Because you live there, you don't need a huge down payment. Sometimes just 3% to 5%. Second strategy, FHA loans. This is where things start getting really interesting. An FHA loan lets you buy a property with as little as 3.5% down. So instead of needing $40,000, you might only need around $7,000. Yes, it's still money, but compared to traditional investing, this is a total game changer. And you can combine this with house hacking. Live in one unit, rent the others, and turn your house into a mini income machine. Now let's be real. Even 3.5% can feel like a lot sometimes. So what do? You bring in a partner. One person brings the money, the other brings the deal and manages everything. Now both of you own the property. Simple teamwork. Think about it like this. Instead of saying, "I can't afford it," start asking, "Who can I team up with?" That one question can change everything. Fourth strategy, seller financing. This one feels like a cheat code. You don't go to a bank, you make a deal directly with the seller and pay them monthly, like EMI. Some sellers actually prefer this. They get steady income, and you get the property. Now let's talk about something important, mindset. Most people don't fail because they don't have money. They fail because they never start. They overthink, they wait, they keep watching videos, but take zero action. Meanwhile, someone else, with less knowledge, takes action and wins. So don't try to be perfect, just start moving. Action beats perfection every time. Also, don't expect instant millions. Your first property might only make a few $100s, and that's okay, because what you're really building is experience, confidence, cash flow, and long-term wealth. One property becomes two becomes five, and slowly you build real financial freedom. Let me give you a simple example. You buy a duplex. Mortgage equals $1,500 per month. You rent one side for $1,200. Now you only pay $300 to live. That's less than most rents. And over time, rent increases. But your loan stays almost the same. That's the real power of real estate. Now here's the truth nobody tells beginners. You'll feel confused. You'll feel scared. But that's normal. Every successful investor started exactly here. And who knows, next year, you might be the one saying, "I bought my first rental property with almost no money." And someone else will look at you and say, "Yeah, right. That's for rich people."